Okay, so for this video, just to touch few things. Yeah, so I'm at a Total filling station. Came here to buy engine oil. For this car, this is my ES9A V6 manual. That's phase 2 Peugeot 607. So the oil is due according to my diary. I think I changed it 23rd 12 2021. That was the last time I changed it, so this makes it almost 12 months. So I said, okay, it's time to get the oil for it. So this is what I got for it, which was I used before. I don't know if to come up well as a Total C was 9,000 5w-40. Then also got a car wash. This is what I've been using since 2011 to wash my cars, and it helps to keep the paint in good condition, the body paint, as long as possible. So before I just want to point out about this oil. So now, not long ago, how many? Was it last month? Last month or so. Trying to remember. So I talked about an equivalent of this oil, which is more cheaper, which makes sense financially, economically, to buy. I remember I said that's 5 liter, because that's a Mobil Super 3000 5w-40. It has the certification. So I talked about if it might make sense for you if you can't afford this expensive Total home, to buy that one. At that time it was 14,500 naira for 5 liter container of it. That's 5 liters. So now this one that I got, I took some time to decide, what to do, whether to buy the Mobil one or this, because I knew even before I got to the total station this evening, a few minutes ago, I knew it was going to cost probably even more than what I bought it last. So I bought this Mobil Total was 9,000 5w-40. I bought it now 31,500 for the 5 liters. So in other words, the money of this Total was 9,000 will buy you 2 of the Mobil one. So now I keep wondering. So I keep wondering why, if it makes sense to keep buying this Total, or when there's another quality alternative of Mobil. I've never used it. It's just the brand reputation, which was why I recommended it. It does have, some people have their own opinions, which probably from their experiences, that sometimes they do claim that most of the Mobil engine oil in Nigeria are fake. They are not the original ones, or the quality are not as good as the true Mobil oil. I don't know, so I'm not going to speak on that. But that's not why I chose not to buy it. The reason being that I know when you buy or when you use a different oil that you've not used on your engine for a long time, sometimes they tend to react to the engine oil cells, especially the weaker ones, and start leaking oil. So I was considering, right now, I don't think I'm ready, because this engine has never shown me sign of engine oil sales leakage or weakness. It's about 87,000 kilometers now, mileage. So all the engine oil sales are intact. So I was like, am I sure that I really want to go down that route if I made this switch, because it's cheaper, and I made this switch and it damages sales? Am I really sure it will be worth it? You know, you probably might think, what's the difference? Is it not to see? Remember, I'm a technician, so it's not just about repairing or diagnosing my own cars. I know a lot of customers, clients with this engine that have had these oil sales issues on their engines. I'm talking about ES9A V6 engines, and I knew what it took them to eventually sort it out. Most times they won't get the original one as in fact, it's like as they're driving it, the oil will just sometimes probably get worse than the old one they remove. So I was like, I remember there was a client that traveled, and something happened on the journey, and mechanic, in trying to sort out the gearbox issue, he had to even sleep there. So the mechanic had to travel to go and meet him there, sort out the problem. Only for the mechanic to mistakenly go and remove the seal, because according to the mechanic, he saw a stain of oil there, and assumed it could be the oil seal. That's the one between the crankshaft, the crankshaft seal between the flywheel and the gear and the engine. When he went and removed it in no man's land, where, you know, I'm not even remember the time. I know it's way off a city, major cities in Nigeria. Now the guy had to sleep over like 2-3 days because they couldn't find the seal. As in, even if the one on the car was leaking, these are not something you shouldn't touch, because there was no possibility you would find it in that location. And they removed it, and they had to now keep searching for it in Abuja. All the ones that were purchased, I don't know where was it, Abuja, Kaduna, and sent. They put them, kept leaking, you know, even though they swore it was original. Until eventually had to order OEM, and that fixed the problem. So that's the reason I was like, see, I need to be ready, because I know doing that, I mean the OEM, I knew how much you got it, almost like half of the price, or if not more than half of the price of this particular total, the money I spent in buying this total. And then we'll see have additional 5 sales on this other side of the engine. So if it fails, what happens then? So that's why I said, I mean, I have to be ready. Even if, maybe not this engine, you know, I think what I'll do is, even if I'll use that, start using that Mobil, since it's basically the same engine that I have in my 3 cars, 3 of the cars. So probably what I'll do is, if any of them start showing sign of leakage from any of those, how many, is it 6 engine oil sales, maybe it could now be the time to do the switch. So I cannot use that opportunity and, if possible, change all the sales at once. And I'll prepare for it, because it's going to be expensive repair. Because I'm not going to buy those cheap sales, the ones that will, every time you are removing your gearbox to change the seal, or removing your timing belt, and it have to be a quality one. So I know I'm not going there again. So in the process, it means I have to also financially be ready for that, or probably get those seals ready before I venture into it. You know, my point is not a must that once you change, you switch, it's going to leak. No, I know people that have switched, no oil leak. Not that particular oil, I'm just saying generally, people that switch from one different oil brands to another, even from the same oil grade, but different brand, or sometimes same oil grade, but or not same oil grade, but same brand, but different oil grade, and still affected the sales. While some didn't affect, same oil. So I think what is when the sales become weaker. So when you use a different oil, it will react and weaken it faster, something like that. That's what I believe it does to those sales. So I'm not ready to do that because it can be very frustrating when it starts, especially if you don't have those quality sales to replace them with. And I mean, this is something you have to be. I mean, imagine. You have to drop, sometimes may end up dropping the engine and moving it to change the oil sales. So it's not. Now the point is this: I can afford to buy this. I'm not saying that I intend to waste this money. I potentially wanted to waste the money I spent on this. I wasted almost like additional 16,000. Yeah, almost 16,000 something, or 15,000 plus. That's, if you want to look at it like that, economically, it looks like I wasted the money. But the point is, I can afford it than taking the other risk. It's a different thing. Like there are cases where even when you can afford it, but then it's not even about the affordability, but the availability. Let's assume the cost 9,000, total cost 9,000 is not even available in Nigeria, and what you could find is this Mobil. I mean, come on, it's not whether it will damage the sales or not is out of the question. I'll deal with it when that one happens. So it becomes like there's nothing I can do about it. At least that I'm happy that one of the recommended is available. So, but now I can. I mean, I would rather spend the additional 14 or 15,000 on the oil than deal with what will come if it damages this sale or the sales, depending, because it's not like it's something you can easily get. The quality ones, considering that most of the ones in Nigeria market are fake. They will tell you, oh, they will have Koteko, but most Kotekos are fake, because I know people that try them, even not just on this V6 engine, various other engine model, EW engine, and they just keep leaking. So is that really what you want? It's not what I want. You know, so I want to be ready. So knowing that the availability of the quality ones is not ensured, so I will have to. You know, my point is, because people have been asking me, the reason why I'm doing this video is just because to tell you, I bought Toto. Of course, I don't need to broadcast that. You know that people have always been asking, hey, you recommended this oil brand, Mobil, as an equivalent to the B71229 recommended Peugeot oil, which is the Mobil one, the alternative one for the Total. So which one should I buy? You know, it can be difficult sometimes to answer this question. So that's why I'm doing this video, more like in a logical way. Do it, but not the consequences, which you may not experience, but others may experience. And also, you might even be willing. If I have access to those sales, yeah, I'll be willing to do it. Or if I am comfortable removing my engine or gearbox to change the oil seal, especially of this car, yes, could be willing. But I mean, this is for another 12 months. So in other words, by December 2023, that's when it will be due for me to change again, to keep the oil seals in good condition. Come on, for me, I can afford it. It's not about how I'm trying to share I'm rich. No, I can afford it. Maybe you cannot. You know, you all have areas in life or conditions or subjects that you might find very uncomfortable, which other people might find. So to me, I just, you know, I'm rather deal with what is on the surface than doing something that may make me go internal. I don't want that. So the car, I want the car to give me a reason to make that switch, not right now. You know, So if you want, go ahead. Like I said, people, I've never used it. I have no personal experience with that oil, the Mobil one, the Mobil 5w-40 Super, is it Super 3000, something like that. You just check, when you see one, look at it, and you see B71229, PSA B71229. It means it can serve, it's the same purpose of this one, 5w-40. Of course, the quality might differ in terms of, it's not up to you to know. So the reason why they were giving me this one, the price keep increasing at the total section, because they import it. That's the claim. So it now begs the question: does it mean Mobil own is produced here in Nigeria, while the total own is imported? I don't know. Like I said, I have zero knowledge or experience with that Mobil one. So maybe you know better than I do on that oil. So it could be the reason why that one is cheaper. Or it could be that it's also been imported. You know, could be a lot of reasons. Or you might even, when you look at it logically, or you could say not logically anyway. In this case, you might say if you are going to, if you want to use the money differences, you could say, could it be that total own is more higher, it's of higher quality, that's why it's more expensive. Mobil oil is high, at least the brand is known for, their product is known for quality, so I won't say that. I'm not saying it's not possible. So for whatever reason why this one is even more than double the price of the Mobil one, I don't know, but I just wanted to lay it out there. So anyway, so the Z9, I'll be changing the oil tomorrow, or maybe during the holiday. At least I've gotten it. Probably going to take the entire 5 liters, just a little bit. It depends on what comes out anyway, but I always just know that, put it that I'm likely going to, if I buy 5 liters, it's going to consume most times the entire thing. It will just be just very little that will remain. Sometimes it will even remain more than a liter. Like I said, it depends on what comes out, the position of the car when I drained it. So I can't, because of that. Now, if everything did not come out, I won't go and pour the old oil back, drive the car again to a different location so I can drain. Drain everything. I know. I'll just put, if it's only 4 liters, I will take to fill it up. Alright, so that's for this video, and that's it.